Hello everyone, welcome to my cooking, and today we are gonna cook Bolani, which is Afghan dish. We boil the potatoes and we peel and dice the onions. So we have to carefully dice them. Once we are done with dicing, we have to saute the onion a little bit because we don't want it to be huge and tough while biting it with the food, but it's okay if you don't want to do it. Don't forget to put oil if you didn't saute it. You have to mix some oil and water when you're making the potatoes. So it's something really a famous dish in Afghanistan. It's a dough base, and in the middle of it we are putting a filling. You can use potato filling or chives filling. If you use chives, you just put some seasoning like salt and coriander and chilies. And if you use the potato, this is the way you can make it. So we sauteed the onions with a little bit of water and oil, like 1 or 2 tablespoons of water oil. And now we are making the dough. For the dough, we put the flour, like I use 3 cup of flours, all-purpose flour, but 1 teaspoon of yeast and almost 1 teaspoon of salt, a little bit of water. The amount of water and flour is, you have to see the thickness of the dough. So we mix it and we will see it shouldn't be that thick. It's similar to pizza dough, the thickness. And if it was not, the thickness was not as you want it, you can add water or more flour. And then as long as it's not sticking on the bottom, that's ready. So it's still sticking. Now I have to mix it a little bit more. If you don't have this machine, you can use a pod with a spoon or your hand and mix all the ingredients: flour, water, yeast and some salt, and that's it. And one of the tip is to not put the salt and yeast on top of each other. You can put them in 2 different sides. That will make the dough to become ready faster. Otherwise the yeast can die with the salt. And then now the dough is not sticky and it's completely out of the bowl. We will wet a plastic, and then we will put it on top of it, and we have to rest it for almost like 30 minutes or 20 minutes so it can get ready. And now the boiling potato is ready. I use a pressure cooker. You can also boil it just in water and see if it's squishy, and you can squash it, then that would be ready. So now I'm peeling them. Then I will use a squasher, a hand squasher, and then I'll squash them all. Then we will mix all the ingredients and it will be ready to be filled inside the dough. We had a little bit of cilantro. I cut that. I got it from my garden, and you can make it diced or rough chop, uh, but it makes a really good taste on it. People have different type of recipes. The original one only have cilantro, onion, and the seasoning, but for me, because I wanted to make a mixture of potato and chives, so I went to my garden. I grabbed a bunch of chives from my garden. I have a small garden in my balcony, and if you didn't have it, you can go to an Asian store. All the Asian stores have this kind of chives, and then you can dice it or rough chop. It's going inside, so it's not that much important. But if you're doing a garnish for a food, be careful. You have to cut the chives really beautifully. The motion that I'm using is helping to not make them squishy, and that motion of knife keep it really like alive, and it's not squishy, and the taste would be really good. Anyways, it's going inside the dough, so it doesn't matter if you cut it good or not. But that's something about being a chef. If you're a chef, you have to cut really beautifully. That's so important, especially for chives. Everyone have a chive story, actually all the chefs. And my chive story was so funny when I was cooking. And then one day we didn't have chive, and I grabbed a bunch of it and I start doing a rough chop. And then the head chef was like, "What are you doing? You destroyed the whole thing. Just throw it." And then I noticed it's so important, so I tried to get trained, and thanks God I learned. Now we are mixing it. A little bit of onions was there, and I didn't saute them, so I mix it, and I will add a little bit of salt, a little red pepper, and half teaspoon of coriander seeds. It's coriander seeds and also grounded, and grounded black pepper with a little bit of uh, the seeds of coriander without being blended. And now we are mixing everything together. If it's too thick, you can put some water. Then the dough is ready. We're gonna make small balls, and if you want your work to be easier, you can make all the balls, and then at the end you can flat them and fill it with the filling that you made. The filling is a choice. You can make it as spicy as you want, and if you want it more delicious, you can add a fresh chili in it. And I wanted to use this flatter, but the dough was a little bit soft, so I decided to use the way that my mother and my grandmother used to teach me. This is the way of flattening a dough when it's a little bit soft. So I just flat it with my hand, and then I'm filling it with a spoon, and it doesn't matter to be filled fully. You have to do half of the dough, and then you can flip the other side and close it. Be careful, you should just push the tip of it, not everything together at the first, because it will be empty all the edges. And then at the end you can squash it a little bit. Not squash, I mean like flattening it a little bit. Then also we will do some more flattening on the pan, but if you're afraid of the hot pan and the oil, so don't do it. You can do it outside and then put it there. Also, if you want to make a lot of them and fry them later, be careful. You have to put a towel on the bottom of them because they will stick on the surface. And now we are flipping it. It's ready. It was so good. I wanted to taste it since I was so hungry from the morning. And then I sit on my balcony. It was raining, and there was my beautiful garden. I had a glass of tea with it. Also, I was making some bread for the week the same day. Now I am continuing my work until everything is done. So for this thing, or for this job, if you're a multitask person, you can do it easily because you can fry them and at the same time you can make the others, so it can be ready while the first one is done. Since if we put the oil for a long time, it will get burned. Now I had to be careful that I don't burn the rest of it and also make this one. So now I'm putting it into the pan. As you can see, I'm not that much afraid of the oil, but be careful. And also I'm flattening it. You can fix the shape here. Don't worry about the shape before this part. And then make sure that your pan is a little bit hot and have some oil on the bottom, otherwise it will stick. And my pan is a non-stick pan, and if you don't have it, you can use a regular pan, but be careful, put more oil, and the flame should be in medium. That way you will not burn it, and then you can constantly change the direction of it so it can get uh, cooked all the sides evenly. This is the way that we used to make pizza dough in the restaurants that I used to work. And now we have the dough. Never be afraid of dough. And even if it gets a hole or a scratch or something, you can fix it. But feel free to play with it, just make it flat enough. And even if it's not flat enough, you can flat it later. And now I'm gonna put the filling inside. Thanks for watching our videos. You can subscribe our channel. We are gonna share some cooking methods, some food that I like, and also at the same time I'm gonna share some podcasts, some poetry, and it's mixture of English and Farsi, Dari from Afghanistan. Persian in Afghanistan is a little bit different. It's like accent of English in Australia and USA. The same way the Persian in Afghanistan and Iran is a little bit different words, but it's the same. And also the accent is a little bit different. So now these are ready, but I have to put it on the towel since it will get stick on the surface if I put it for too long. And you can use a little bit of flour on the bottom part sometime, but if you use a lot of flour, it will make a problem while frying them, and the oil will get bad and it will burn and it will smell. I have a memory when I was new into the country and I was trying to make it, the alarm just sounded, even the fireworkers came and it was like a chaos. So I decided to leave the door open and then make these things. And also since I'm not putting a lot of flour, so it's not gonna make a lot of smell and smoke, so it would be okay. I love the dough. If you want it to be easy to get flattened, just leave it for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes and cover it with another towel so it doesn't get dry. Then later on you can fix them all and it would be easier. So we're continuing this way. For those people who don't know, I'm Mati Ibrahimi and I'm running this channel, and these are the things that we are doing. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, look at this beautiful and gorgeous Bolani. It's called Bolani in our accent, Bolani, Bolani, and this is the way that we are making it. So I'm gonna share some of these steps and you can watch more and learn more, but as long as you saw, that's the way that is getting made. And also at the end I will show you guys that how to make a sauce for it. We call something chutney, and that's a red sauce. We make it with tomato, chilies, garlic, and some salt, and it's basically like salsa roja in Mexican cuisine, but this is a little bit different. I love cooking. It's like a hobby for me and I'm enjoying my time. Oh, my mother. I remember those days when she was cooking Bolani every week, at least like once a week. And then I was sitting there watching her making them and then enjoying that time. One day I was watching, and then while she was frying it, the oil just like burned me a little bit, since I was really someone like a child who was so much active. As you can notice, I have ADHD, so I'm a little bit more active. I'm doing everything faster. But don't worry, you can do it too. Even if not faster, you can do it like easier. You can flatten everything and put them in a towel, cover them, and then start frying them. Let me sing a beautiful song for you guys, and you'll enjoy the cooking.
گناهه به دل هرچی که میشینه گناهه تو که شیرین لبی شیرین نگاهی پریشون زلفی و چشمون سیاهی تو که از ماه برتر از خورشید و ماهی چرا هر کس نمیبینه گناهه چرا هر کس نمیبینه گناهه ولی هر کس که میبینه گناهه ولی هر کس که میبینه گناهه چرا هرچی که شیرینه گناهه به دل هرچی که میشینه گناهه چرا هرچی که شیرینه گناهه به دل هرچی که میشینه گناهه تو که شیرین لبی شیرین نگاهی پریشون زلفی و چشمون سیاهی تو که از ماه برتر از خورشید و ماهی چرا هر کس نمیبینه گناهه
This is how it looks when it's ready.
نمیبینه گناهه ولی هر کس که میبینه گناهه ولی هر کس که میبینه گناهه
So a friend of mine called and he wanted to come for the dinner, and then I wanted to make delicious Afghan food for him. That's why I decided to make this and take some video for you guys so you can learn as well. It's my favorite dish. Not like at the top favorite, but still it's so delicious. Amazing. If you ask me which one is your favorite dish from Afghan cuisine, I will tell you mantu. It's a dumpling, Afghan way, but if you make it at home, it's way more delicious than outside in the restaurants. Here we go, look at this gorgeous Bolani. As you can see, I'm using a little bit of flour at the first so it doesn't get stick on the bottom. I also made some bread and it's ready. It's so easy to make it. We usually make it at home. You just need to make the same dough that I did, but a little bit softer, and then you put it in a tray, flattening it and putting it in oven, 500 degree or 450, and then fry it for around 20 minutes. It would be ready. Now it's time to make this sauce. As I told you, 1 tomato, 1 garlic, and 1 chili with a pinch of salt to make the taste better. And then we are mixing it. If you want the color to be more beautiful, you can mix it or squash it with the hand and use a grater. But if you didn't have time, you can just put it in this machine and mix it. I mean, like blend it, and then it would be ready. So it took me some time because it was not getting squashed and the tomato was a bit huge, but still, mission was successful, and I did it. I opened it, it was not ready. Now I'm mixing it again, and after blending it, you can just put it in a bowl and it would be ready to get used. This is the last. And I made some green tea, Afghan tea. Green tea is so much famous in Asia and Afghanistan, and we usually eat food and have a drink with it. Especially drinking tea is so much common. So this is my kitchen and my living area, and the food is ready. It's so delicious, and I put some yogurt as well, but the yogurt that we are using, it's a plain yogurt, and it's becoming so delicious. Try to find some sour yogurt, and that would be more delicious. Thanks for watching our video. See you on the next one. Please make sure to subscribe.